Some very serious people in Kenya believe that Raila Odinga is having sleepless nights. William Samoei Ruto is having sleepless nights. All because of a setup called OKA. Musalia Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka and company. And the reason is that OKA are capable of denying the eventual winner in the 2022 presidential election the 50+1 requirement. There are very serious people in Kenya who believe this. But it is hogwash. And that is not a statement picked up from the air. It is based on facts and figures from past elections in Kenya. That is what my show today is all about. Very revealing in my opinion. And try and stick with me to the very end, because I'll refer you to a video on this channel that will put these 50+1 manenos to rest. Because this thing comes up in every election. And most of the people who bring it up do not fully understand what they're talking about. They don't understand how Kenyans vote. Make sure you find out why Raila and Ruto are not worried about OKA. There's a good reason. Karibu sana to my show today and enjoy. Political analysts at a very respected daily newspaper in Kenya are telling Kenyans that if the OKA fellows, Kalonzo Mudavadi and company, do not gang up with either Raila or Ruto, they will deny whoever wins the 2022 presidential elections the required 50+1 majority. Oh boy. How I wish for the old days when we had serious political analysts in our daily newspapers. Because this allegation, is not factual. It is based on what? Because it is possible to say anything based on thin air, not factual, which is what we call propaganda. And I'm not accusing anybody of receiving a brown envelope full of cash. No. But what I'm saying is that this is precisely the kind of propaganda that would come from the OKA guys. The kind of propaganda to force Kenyans to take you seriously. Now, for those who are interested, of course not staunch supporters of Mudavadi or Kalonzo, for those who are interested, let us look at the naked facts. Musalia Mudavadi vied for the presidency. In 2013, he was the only presidential candidate from the Mulembe Nation. How many votes did he get? Judging from the way Mudavadi campaigned in 2013, focusing most of his campaigns within the Western Kenya region, it is easy to believe what people were saying, that his candidature had only one objective: to assist Jubilee to win. Because the whole idea was to take away Luhya votes from Raila Odinga. But did Mudavadi succeed? No. The Mulembe Nation still voted very strongly for Raila Odinga. I'll explain in a minute why that happened. But for our purposes today, the question is, did Mudavadi deny the eventual winner of those elections the 50+1 advantage? which is 50% of the votes cast plus one extra vote. I believe we all know that if a presidential candidate does not get 50% of the votes cast plus one extra vote, then even if they win, they will not be duly elected. What will happen is that it will force a runoff, a round two, with the person who came first and the person who came second. The answer to our question, did Mudavadi deny the eventual winner the 50 plus 1? The answer is a resounding no. You know, this 50 plus 1 business was introduced by the late Moi. It was that little extra required to safeguard his administration, so that in case he lost, there would still be a runoff. Because chances were very high that his opponent, the one who had won the election, would not have the required 50% of the votes cast, plus one. And of course it was picked up by our 2010 constitution, and copy-pasted. Now there's another very important point to take note of here. How Kenyans vote. The Kenyan voter does not believe in voting for a presidential candidate who will not win. In Kenya we say, umepoteza kura yako. And so what that means is that even if you come from my tribe and you're vying for the presidency, and I believe you have no chance of winning, you will not get my vote, even if you're from my tribe. That is the thinking of Kenyan voters. And it was clearly proved in 2013, by the number of votes Musalia got from his own native Mulembe nation. It was proved yet again in 2007 by the number of votes Kalonzo Musyoka got from his own native Ukambani. That is how the Kenyan voter thinks. And you can't change it, and I can't change it. Now, of course, I'm aware that most of us hatukupenda hesabu shule. We hated maths. But take it from me, for the 50 plus 1 to kick in, you need at least 3 strong presidential candidates, who will all theoretically get something close to 33% of the vote. And then the winner will get slightly more, but will still not have the 50 plus 1. Or it can also happen when you have more than 3 fairly strong presidential candidates. Now, the brutal truth about Mudavadi is that the Luyas never vote as a bloc. Like, for example, the Kikuyus or the Luo would. It is not in their DNA. And this has been proved time and again since independence. And therefore, a strong candidate, any strong candidate from the Mulembe nation, would be starting out with that disadvantage, that getting all the votes of their community is very difficult. It is not a done deal, like with other communities. Kalonzo Musyoka may be able to get a substantial percentage of the Kamba vote. But what numbers are we talking about? And even more important, how many of those registered voters from the Kamba people will actually turn up on polling day and cast their vote? Not enough. And this is the reason why the OKA people are looking for alliances very early. Because even if you don't have this information, they do. They know. They're very much aware of the political reality. Now let's move on to the brutal conclusion of all this, the sum total of everything I've said so far. Assuming that Kalonzo, Mudavadi, Gideon Moi, Weta go into the next election with one presidential candidate for OKA against Raila and Ruto, we already know a few things. Number one, they'll not come in second. No way. There'll be a distant third. Number two, the numbers have told us again and again, they will not have any impact on the 50 plus 1. And I will tell you something else. Assuming that the OKA outfit decides to join either Ruto or Raila before 2022, the impact will still be minimal. The difference it will make to the final election results will be minimal. And please don't get upset at me. Don't shoot the messenger for giving you the facts. Because it's not me who created the facts. No, I had nothing to do with it. I have nothing to do with the situation on the ground. That is really just how it is. Take it or leave it. The only way that one of the OKA fellows can win the presidency in 2022 is if either Deputy President William Samoei Ruto throws their weight behind them, or Raila throws their weight behind them, and they say Kalonzo Tosha, or Mudavadi Tosha. That is the only way they can win. Now, knowing how Kenyans think, let me tell you what my tribe is, so that you even believe me more. My late political lecturer, my dad, hailed from the Kamba community. He was a Mkamba from Machakos. My late mother was a Luya, Mulembe Nation, specifically from Bungoma. And so, following the way Kenyans think, I should either be blowing the horn supporting Musalia Mudavadi or Kalonzo Musyoka and saying one of them is going to win. But have I told you that? No. I've said they don't have a chance, unless they get backing from one of the two big boys. Let's put this in another way. Musyoka, Mudavadi and company are playing in a different league. It is still politics, but it's a different, inferior league. Ruto and Raila are playing in another league. And of course, there's nothing wrong with loving politics so much that you want to analyze things in the periphery. You want to analyze things that don't matter. But if you're like most Kenyan voters, you want to know very early the most likely winner, then I'm afraid that direction of OKA you should avoid. To use Kenyan lingo, utasumbua akili bure tu. Utasumbua tu akili. There's nothing there. But today, I want to present to you something that will blow your mind away. Something that will help you make some sense out of things that do not make sense. Like this aggression of Kalonzo and Musalia. Aggression to win the presidency. And there's nothing wrong with that. And their supporters are now even telling us that they have a good chance of winning in a contest where Raila is and Ruto is. Which is like introducing Gor Mahia and AFC Leopards into the English Premiership and saying that they have a good chance of winning. How now? That is a different level. Aye? Now on your screens right now, you can see the registration number plates of vehicles, different vehicles, used by Raila and OKA people. Look at those numbers carefully and tell me what comes to mind. This is like a company that goes to order a fleet of vehicles and they register them all at the same time, and therefore they are given number plates that follow each other in chronological order, which would suggest that the people financing Raila presidential campaign and the people financing OKA are the same person. Let us forget all the other evidence I may have, most of it unverified, and let's just focus on these registration number plates, because they definitely tell us a story. And what they tell us is that all these people are campaigning separately, but ultimately they will come together and they will support one presidential candidate. You see, there's something very important you need to consider when analyzing the current political situation in Kenya. before anybody decides to vie for the presidency, they have to be sure that they have a fighting chance, because it's not cheap. Even the people who finance politicians, presidential candidates, will not finance somebody who has no chance. And trust me, those people are able to know. Even if they can't figure it out for themselves, they have the finances and the resources to hire people, experts, to tell them, so and so has a chance, so and so has zero chances, and so on and so forth. And even if a potential presidential candidate is not able to attract a sponsor, is not able to attract a financier, nobody in their right mind will go to the bank and withdraw their hard-earned money and put it in a campaign, a very expensive campaign for the presidency, when they know they have a very small chance. In fact, a zero chance of winning. Does that make sense to you? At the end of the day, it is all about the money. Follow the money, and many mysteries in this life will be solved. Hakuna haja ya kusumbua akili with many big theories, many out of the way, fantastic fairy tale theories. Hakuna haja. Just follow the money and you will understand perfectly. Bottom line, even if OKA get one candidate and they put all their weight and support behind that person, and they're on the ballot in 2022, they will not win. They will not affect the winner's 50+1 requirement. That is the truth. Now, we're in the season of deal making. We're in the season when coalitions, unions, political deals are being made left, right, and center. In boardrooms, behind the scenes. And that is why my WIB Weekly Intelligence Briefings number 69 is a must-watch. Because there was a prospective backroom deal on the table very recently that involved Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. And that's what WIB number 69 is all about. You can even take advantage of our current special offer. Details on your screen right now. Just send a blank email to the email address you see on your screens, and you'll receive payment instructions instantly via automated email response. Those payment details are repeated in the description area below this video on YouTube. I highly recommend it. And of course, when you become a WIB subscriber, you also get all the other WIBs I've done in the past. Highly sensitive, very informative videos. Go for it. Now, before I go, I would like also to recommend you to a video I did in the past about this 50+1 business, so that you don't get confused. There should be a link on the top right-hand corner of your screens right now, and I've repeated the same link in the description area below. Take it in and fully understand, so that people don't fool you with these 50+1 manenos. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.